Hi, everybody. Welcome to my Starlight podcast. Thank you so much for every single one of you that have been so supportive. I released an episode, I believe this was my first episode, that is called I Was Hostage for 3 hours, but God Saved My Life. And I saw that you guys were so happy about it. We have like 10,000 downloads, and that made me so happy because 10,000 of souls all over the world heard my testimony of how God was so faithful to me. And I decided to bless you all with a new chapter because this story is that amazing that I even released a song. You can find it on Spotify, Here to Stay by Patri Starlight. And it's amazing, amazing, amazing. If you don't know how to spell it, don't worry. Just click on the link that is placed in the description of this episode, and it's going to lead you to the song. And also you have the chance to join my email list, which you're going to be able to receive motivational messages from God, everything that is designed to edify you. You are able to receive this monthly completely for free, but you also have the chance of requesting a personal message just for you, a personal content designed just for you every single month, and you're able to make your donation all within the same platform. If you're interested in this, I will really, really appreciate your support. Head over and click the link in the description. Thank you so much for listening. Well, now let's go to the podcast. I was hostage for 3 hours. I know that I said for 3 hours, but actually it was about 4 or 5 hours and a half. It might have been 6 hours, and I didn't even felt it like that because it felt like if it was forever. It all happened on the year 2016. It was like around November, almost before Christmas. And I had plans for myself that day. You know how we plan everything and we think like everything is going to happen exactly how we want it. All good. Every day is promised. We start living like that. But that day it changed me because not a day is promised. That day I was about to lose my life. And I heard knocks on the door. And I was like, well, it's probably the mom that is here with me. She needs something. But I did feel in her voice like something, when you know that somebody is not okay, like I felt that. And I was like, well, maybe I'm going to have to take her to the hospital or something. So I opened up the door, and the first thing that I see is her face. She is covered with a white blanket all over her body. And this guy here hits me. I fall on the floor. Yes, guys, he hit me and I fell on the floor. I fell on my knees, and I remember what I did was so powerful. I closed my eyes and I said, like, God, please help me. I said it within me because I couldn't even speak. I remember that he placed his hands very aggressively on my mouth. And it was horrible. I honestly thought that I was going to die in that moment. He forced me to stand up, and he forced me to go to another room. Guys, I was so scared, but at the same time, I was like, God is with me. He is not going to abandon me. I remember asking him, God, if this is my time to leave earth, take me. But if it's not, save me, God, save me. Give me a plan. Give me a strategy. I'm in the middle of the wilderness, the desert. Because even before that happened to me, I was very depressed, guys. I went through a severe depression. I felt like Cinderella stuck with a lot of stepsisters, so many toxic people around me telling me what to do, what not to do. A lot of people bullying me because of my weight. I felt like Cinderella, honestly, like stuck in a castle. Yes, beautiful things happened in my life. Yeah, I was blessed in other ways, but all the material things that I had, it was not enough. I needed love. I needed compassion. I needed grace, mercy. I needed to hear, I'm here for you. I needed to hear, you're not crazy. I needed to hear, I believe in you. And I was not getting that, even from people that were supposed to be close to me. And the only way that I had of getting that, it was through God. And when I asked God help, I remember a lot of people came into my life in the middle of the craziness, and they were like, don't listen to them. You will see God is going to do amazing things in your life. You're going to get through this moment. And you know what happened? I got through that moment, but then I almost lost my life. It's crazy, We live our life like tomorrow's promise. Tomorrow we can plan and it's going to come. You don't know. You don't know when it's going to be your last day on earth. So when I was going through that moment, there were so many horrible things that were going through my head. Is he going to rape me? Am I going to make it? What can I do so this guy leave? So picture I am on the room and he is forcing me to open a lot of things. And he threatened me onto killing her if I wouldn't open something. And I was like, this is crazy. Like, the trauma and the violence in that moment is crazy. And guys, I even had my phone, but he took my phone. And I have no way of calling anyone. We will scream and no one will hear us there. But you know what? God was there. And this is why I believe in God. Like, no one can tell me, I believe in God because it's written in a book, it's written in this, or people say it. No. I believe in God because he has shown me himself face to face. I have witnessed the Spirit of God in such a beautiful way that there's no way that I can tell you. I cannot lie to you and be like, no, I doubt that he is real. He does exist because I survive. And he loves you so much that he is calling me to create this podcast to share my testimony. So you know that whatever you're going through right now, if you're going through finances issues, health issues, relationship issues, you're just feeling depressed, discouraged, or you're going through an eating disorder. I don't know what is it that is happening, or you're having problems with your friends, or you're sick right now. Something is happening, right? That's why you're listening to this podcast, because you need the encouragement. You need the message exactly how I needed it back then. And you need to hear messages like this, stories like this, breakthrough stories like this, so you know that God is able to take you from the wilderness and take you into a whole new season where your life is transformed in a way that you even have to pinch yourself to know that this is real. He has a great sense of humor, because I have no idea I was gonna get this far. Honestly, when that was happening to me, I thought, this is it. I was still 23 and 28 now, about to be 29. But guys, 23 or 24 I was.
17 horrors.
And you know what happened? I was like, you know what? If this is my last time on earth, I'm going to do something honorable. I'm going to risk my life to save the life of a woman. She was a mom that was staying with me. And she was so scared, guys. She was crying. I saw tears in her eyes. Her body was only covered with white blanket, and I didn't even imagine the worst. I didn't have time to imagine the worst. But what happened was that I told her right there when we were tied up on the bed, because at the end, I gave this criminal, a tour around the place, because we made the deal that he can take anything that he wanted but not harm us. That was the deal, but he didn't follow through because he already has harmed us in an emotional way, and he ended up raping her. You see, so it was a lot happening in that moment. But you know what? In the spite of the difficulty, in the spite of what was going on, and God was in the midst, and he gave me the strength to shut down my feelings and my emotions, to not scream, because if you do that, you know what's going to happen. They're going to make you be quiet in a very aggressive way. But God gave me the strength that I needed to defeat that Goliath. And like God gave me the strength that I needed to defeat that Goliath, he's going to give it to you too. You know what? And you wonder, like, how did you escape this? You were only just one woman, and the other woman was tied up on a bed. How did you do this, Starlight? How did you do this? Well, I asked God for help. I was like, God, you're here with me, right? You need to be here with me. And he gave me this idea, give a tour around the place. It's dangerous, it's dangerous because I even was in a room and he was in the room too. But I convinced him to go to the room so he will be distracted with purses that I have in the room. And guess what? I found a white cell phone. Guys, if anybody wants to write a movie about my life, contact me because I'm so willing, I saw this very white, small cell phone. I honestly had that one in case of an emergency, nothing fancy, simple, But that phone, as simple as it looked like, I used that phone to save my life. He didn't knew that it was a phone. He was, he was like giving me his back. He was like, I was behind him and he was looking through the purses. I got him distracted. I grabbed the phone from one of my purses and I throw it on the bed. And then I said to him, that's all that we have. So he will know that I was not up to anything. That was a technique and strategy that God gave me. But guys, I was in a room with a criminal that could have raped me. Nowadays that I think about it, I'm like, how in the world did I even got the strength to do that? That's crazy like faith, and if you want to access that crazy like faith, keep listening to this podcast, keep coming back, contact me, sign up to my email list. I will give you a lot of things that money cannot give you. I will give you a taste of my faith, a taste of what I'm made of, and I will help you grow closer to God. This is what I love to do, and I do it through music. So, and any other ways too, but I love doing it through music. So if you want to keep hearing from me, sign up to my email list. Is completely for free, and back to the story. Remember that I already have the phone on the bed and we left. He didn't realize it was a phone. It looked like a remote control. Guys, you really need to get like ugly phones like that, because you never know what can happen. You can use that as a technique to be like, okay, with that phone, I'm going to call 911. You never know what's going to happen. Don't be like me. Oh, that I only see that in movies. It's not going to happen to me. But until it did, my mindset changes. So I don't want you guys to be in any other danger. I want you guys to be ready because you never know what can happen in your life. You have to be ready. You have to wear the armor of faith, Wow, this podcast is amazing. Keep listening, guys. Keep listening. This is worthy of your time, okay? You cannot go to a store and tell somebody, hey, tell me how is it that you survive a home invasion. Usually people don't even survive when they go through that. So I'm giving you a lot of value, a lot of, this content is for your soul. It's straight from heaven, from the Spirit of God. And He wants to let you know that He loves you, that He's there for you, just like He was there for me. So how did I escape? After we left the room, I still was distracting him all over the house. And then finally, I convinced him to take the keys of the car. I told him exactly where were the keys of the two cars. And that was an offer that he couldn't resist. So I was able to make him leave the room. He left the room. And as soon as he left the room, before that, I remember I'm going to read Psalm 91 in my mind. That one that is about that angels all around you, the protection of God. I read that and I felt so much peace. And I told the mom, do not worry. We're going to get out of here. God says that He's going to get us out of here. And I don't even know how that chorus came to me. But you know what? I knew that the God that was speaking to me was faithful. And that's the God that I believe in. 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 And that's the God that you believe in. So believe along with me. Come on, guys. We got this. Don't give up. So he left, but I didn't know if he left the house or anything. I just knew that he was nowhere to be found, at least in that room. So I told the mom, go to my room. Let's go to my room quickly because there I have a phone. And what we did is that we locked access from the living room to the room. So basically, in order to get to the rooms, you have to open a door. I locked it fast and because he was probably outside trying to get the keys of the car or who knows what. And so then she was in the room. I grabbed the phone and I told her, go to that room because that's the alarm. The alarm is there. I grabbed the phone. But guys, we were walking with our hands tied up. It was crazy, guys. We were with our hands tied up. I didn't eat that day. I didn't even drink water. I don't even remember what I did. I know that I was very pale. I was tired. I felt hopeless. I felt miserable, but I had faith in God and He was giving me the strength. The strength was coming from the Spirit of God, not from myself. God, I wanted to break down. I was like, God, what is going to happen? I feel hopeless. Do you imagine? I did so much to protect that woman, and all the time I end up on the floor beating up, and I almost even got stabbed on my stomach. And at the end of the day, I end up in a bed tied up. That made me feel miserable. That made me feel like I didn't do good enough. But you know what? I didn't give up, and God made a way. God made a way where I didn't stop one, and that's why He was going to make a way in your life. Yes, right now where you don't see nothing is changing. Nothing is changing, but God is going to do it, because where you see an ocean, God sees a way. He sees what is not yet, and He's the God that speaks and it becomes. So I speak, whatever you want to happen in your life is going to come. Not because we want it, but because we are placing our faith in God. And when you delight in God, He gives you the desires of your heart. Even in a hostage situation, I delighted in God. People think that delighting in God is only like, when you feel joyful and things like that. No, even in the moment when you're under pressure, even in the moment when you feel abandoned, even in the moment that you're losing faith, that you're getting discouraged, you don't see the way out, you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Even when that is happening, you can have faith in God, because that God is the author and perfecter of your faith. You can clearly see in that situation, I was just a woman, just a younger woman, but I have faith in God. That faith, it is written in the word of God that if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can tell this mountain from here and there, and it's gonna move. That mountain is gonna move. I don't know who is listening to this podcast, but this is no coincidence. Say along with me, that mountain is going to move. That mountain is going to move. The finances are going to come. That new house is going to be bought. You're going to be able to have breakthrough in your business. You're going to be able to see your kids, your spouse, your husband, your family succeed. You're going to be able to see a hope in the future. Even in the middle of the pandemic, people are going to ask you, how is it that you're living this life? How did you do it? And please answer them. Don't take the credit. Please answer them and say, this is the God that I believe in. This is the God that I believe in. You're going to remember this podcast and share with your community, with everybody that you know this podcast, because it's blessing you. It can bless them. And by you sharing, you're going to help me be light in this world. We're not just sharing stories and breakthrough stories. We are transforming people's life, and with your help, we can reach millions and billions of people. So thank you so much if you have been sharing my contents. And guys, now how is it that I end up escaping? You're gonna be like, no, God is amazing. I activated the alarm. I suggest that you have an alarm. What you're saying is important. I activated the alarm, but no one was coming. I mean, it lasted like 15 minutes. The police were not even there. But you know what we did? I call it on the little white phone that it looks like a remote control. I got it. And we didn't even know if the criminal was still there or anything. We were like, we have to act fast in case he comes back, and I was like, let me call 911. And you think that they're going to respond. They didn't respond. I think it was a problem with the sign or something. It didn't work. Guys, the first time that I called 911, it doesn't work. And you're wondering what else that you did. I called one of my cousin. Like, may God bless my cousin. She called the police. I was like, hey, I'm tied up. Someone broke in. Please come. Please call the police. Something like that I said. Because I was losing my voice, guys. I felt so weak. I felt so pale. I even got lightheaded. I was terrified because for long hours, I shut down my feelings and my emotions so I'd be able to focus on what God was saying. So I was going to be able to take us out of that situation, guys. It was horrible. Like, I'm almost crying here right now. And I had a human moment where my feelings and my emotions were taking the best of me because they were activated in me. And that's when I felt so lightheaded and I couldn't even speak when I was talking to her on the phone. But I was able to do it, guys, and the police came. Everybody came to our rescue. The police didn't have to do anything else because God and me did the work. And this is how I was able to save her life. And I will never forget that, guys. Like, I was willing to, He hit me. He left bruises in my hands. It was horrible. I was willing to die to save her life. And I am crying right now because I'm so emotional. I'm so grateful with God. And I wanted to show you that I'm real, that I'm human, that I'm not faking this character, that the story is real. And I know that you feel the presence of God right now. And I want to let you know that that same God that rescued me, that same God that sent the police, that kept us safe, is the God that is with you, and you're listening to this podcast, not because it's coincidence, not because you were scrolling down, but you're listening to this podcast because the Father loves you, and the Father doesn't want to see you discouraged. God wants to see you happy. God is not gonna abandon you. I don't know to who I'm speaking right now, but please do not give up. The world needs you. The world needs to hear your story, just like you're listening to mine, just like you're being blessed, just like you're being transformed. The world needs to listen to your story. Your voice deserves to be heard. So do not give up and do not be afraid. This is the Lord, because He is with you and He's holding your right hand and He's saying, I am the God of miracles and I am going to help you. Your help and your deliverance comes from God. And I wanted to cry in this podcast. I wanted to be myself. I didn't want it to plan what is it that I was going to say. I wanted to be completely myself and bless you greatly. If you are being blessed and transformed right now and you're crying along with me, don't forget to sign up to my email list. Let's connect, guys. I wish I can hug every single one of you. We have been going through so much, but I'm so happy that this podcast exists and that you and me, we can interact in this way. So please don't forget to sign up. So this is how I survive a hostage situation. Yeah, there's more that happening, but I really wanted to keep it simple and straight to the point. I invite you to listen to my song, Here to Stay. You're going to find it. And when you click on the link in the bio, it's going to open up to a platform where you're going to see my Spotify, my Pinterest, my YouTube channel. There we can connect. There's so many ways. So guys, if you like this podcast, share it with your friends, your family. Make sure that you follow it, whether you're watching from maybe iHeartRadio, other platforms, or my YouTube. Make sure that you share this. Let's grow together, guys. And I want to hear from you. If you have a breakthrough testimony, you want to get a feature on my podcast, sign up to my email list and let me know. Guys, I really want to listen to you. I want to interact, and I want to say this in every podcast so you know that I truly mean it. And this is Starlight Podcast. Thank you so much. May God be with you. Guys, we cried in this podcast. We cried. And guys, if you want to know how was my healing process from what I went through, head over to my YouTube channel. Click on the link that is in the description of this podcast. And there you're going to find an icon to my YouTube channel. You're going to find my testimony, my home invasion survival story. The audio of it is actually on this podcast. I'm not sure if you heard it, but you're going to be able to see the documentary completely for free. And you know what? And if you sign up to my email list, I'm going to send it to you. Just request it. Guys, I'm here to bless you greatly. And if you want to see more productions, then keep coming back. Request it. I am so willing and able to do this. So guys, thank you so much for listening to this podcast. I enjoy doing this. I love this. And guys, I have such great news that I left it in the end. I'm going to be doing a performance, a concert next month. And if you guys want to be part of it, because the concert is going to be streamed through my YouTube channel, you're going to be able to get your digital tickets. You're gonna be able to see it from anywhere in the world, wherever you are, and it's gonna be very fun. If you want to hear me sing the song that is based on the story that I just told you, it's gonna be very beautiful. And I would love for you guys to tune in. So if you're interested in getting the tickets, this is something that you can request also. But if you sign up to my email list, you're going to receive the notification on how to get the tickets. Basically, this is how we're going to do it. you can get the tickets on the same platform that is in the description in the bio of this episode. And there you click in the bottom that says support me, and you choose the amount that you want to donate. Basically, you choose the price of the ticket. This is cool because everyone is, we are in a pandemic, and I want to be flexible. I want to be a blessing to you. So just donate, and make sure that you write down your name and your email and say ticket concert. Write it down. Let me know that it's for that. So then we're going to send you your exclusive link once the concert is up and ready. I am so excited. I am so excited to share with you guys this concert. It's going to be very fun, very unique, very beautiful. And it's a way of saying thank you to every single one of you. So make sure that you tune in, and remember, you donate whatever you want. You're going to get the ticket. Just donate and let me know that this is your concert ticket donation fee. So guys, thank you so much for everything. Have a beautiful, beautiful day.